Recording. Alright, so can you tell me what used to be here?
This used to be a dance club called The Warehouse, and it was cars. Don't worry, I'll edit that out later. They played a lot of house music and EDM and industrial music and old school disco and stuff like that.
Sounds like a fun place. When did you first come here?
I came here when I was 18 years old in 1993.
1993. That is a long time ago. What were you like back then? Give us a rundown of what Jamie was like in 1993.
Jamie was a high school kid who was middle of the road politically, a little bit homophobic, a little bit racist, very suburbanized. Didn't know much about the world outside of suburbia. I liked to party sometimes on the weekends, but nothing too major.
So you came to this club, and did you find people like you here? People different than you? Like what type of people came to this club?
Everybody was welcome at this club. We had everything from businessmen to the locals, and there was a lot of goth people who hung out here. There was what they called ravers back in the day. They were basically kids who lived and died for living in clubs and going to raves and stuff. And there was trans people here. There was gay people here. Met my first drag queen here. Very wide variety of individuals.
And we'll let the people walking behind you pass too.
These people.
Huh?
These people.
Yeah.
It's fun to do bad things.
Alright. So I can't imagine that with all of that diversity that 18-year-old Jamie stayed the same person? Did it cause any change in your world outlook?
It causes lots of changes in my life. Became aware of my surroundings and what was actually going on in the world. I was very more liberal, very more progressive. What's up?
Hey, young man.
Yes, ma'am.
I need your help.
What can I do for you?
You got me for still attention dropping center. It's $8, but I'll come by and work for you.
I don't have any money on me.
Something.
I don't have a dime on
I
me.
need something.
Wow.
Something to eat.
I apologize. I really don't have anything. I just
Senior
put,
bars, something. I need it. I live in the shelter and I got to catch
understand
the
that.
bus.
I understand that.
hungry.
I don't think she has her purse with her.
Yeah, I don't know my purse with her. We're working on a school project right now, so...
I
Can
do
you go
apologize.
to the ATM?
No, ma'am. I can't. I'm pretty broke right now as it is. Yeah, I am a college student, so hopefully one day I can help people like you out more. But I'm broke too.
Any change?
No, ma'am. I'm sorry. That's what I was looking for. I thought I had 75 cents in my pocket, but I don't even have that anymore. I don't know where that went.
All right.
Good luck to you.
Alright, we're gonna re-ask the last question, because I don't even remember where you were at. I don't think you do either.
Nope.
Okay, what did this place change any? Alright. Ready?
Yep.
All right, so how did all of that diversity affect 18-year-old Jamie? I can't imagine that you stayed closed-minded much after that.
No, it became very progressive individual. I not only hung out here, but I befriended these people who hung out here, and I got a large, better understanding for what it's like to not live in the suburbs, and what it's like to be transgender, what it's like to be gay, what it's, I learned, not firsthand, but I learned from individuals who lived that, through that kind of stuff, and I was a curious person, so I asked lots of questions and stuff, like I'm sure it was annoying to people, but just like how people treated you differently once they found out that you were like gay, or what it's like to go into a store when you're black and people following you because they think you're stealing, that kind of stuff. It just kind of opened my eyes to what society actually is like. That's the good parts of what happened here. The bad part, I didn't realize was the bad part at the time, was I was exposed to lots of drugs and alcohol at a young age at a club where technically you had to be 21 to drink, but it's very loose rules. Had access to any kind of drug you could imagine, and I took advantage of a lot of that, and that really put me down a bad path.
Well, I noticed that the neighborhood we're standing in now is a fairly nice neighborhood. It's newer developments, and in fact, this looks like a panini restaurant now. So what was this neighborhood like back in 1993? I mean, because I'm sure that played into the club.
This was the ghetto. This was like the worst neighborhood in Cincinnati. It's like really bad. This whole street was full of drug dealers and prostitutes, and there's a park right around the corner here that was full of old used needles. And, I just hanging out in this neighborhood. I remember saw somebody get shot around the corner here. It's not a good neighborhood at all. It's very scary to be walking around down here. But inside the club, it wasn't like that. It was totally safe. There were, like I said, there were people who lived around here who hung out at the club, but none of that trouble followed them into the club. The club was just very accepting of everybody. So it didn't, they could leave their troubles out here and come in and have a good time.
So it sounds like you have a lot of fond memories of this club.
And
What? And some not so fond. So ultimately, what's the reason you quit coming here, other than the fact that it's obviously not here anymore?
It closed in 2004, but I quit coming here a few years before that because I quit using drugs, and I had a hard time. I did try to come back here, but it was too difficult. I still liked the atmosphere. I still liked the vibe of the place, but it was just too hard to remain clean and be here simultaneously. And I regret that. I really wish I could have experienced it full on sober and actually got to more of the good stuff out of the place, but at the time it wasn't good timing for me.
So, one last question here. What does 2016 Jamie do? What are your. How do I phrase this? Okay, let me start over. What does 2016 Jamie think of this place now? Like, do you regret coming here? Are you proud of what you learned? Is it a mixed bag? How does 2017 Jamie, almost 2017 Jamie, feel about the warehouse?
It is a mixed bag. I think I do have some really fond memories of this place. I think that it being on the path that I was, I probably would have ended up being messed up with drugs and alcohol at some point in my life. It probably exacerbated that a little quicker. So I don't. It's kind of to blame coming down here, but it's kind of just the track I was on. I don't regret coming down here. No, I really. It's a very good experience for me.
Okay. Anything final you would like to add?
I really don't know how I feel about this neighborhood now. I feel like I don't know. Part of the character of this neighborhood was the people who lived down here. The good ones, not the people who were shooting each other. Yeah, the other people, the majority of the people who lived down here, the good ones. I guarantee you most of those people are gone, kicked out. This whitewashed version of whatever the hell you call this place.
America, baby. That's what we call this place.
I don't like this place. It's lost all its character. Yeah.
Okay. All right.